Hello, everybody. Once again, this is from Child Support Stress to Word of YAH Bless. This is Meek Martin. Get the book. Get this book right here. This book you're seeing right now on your screen. Get the book. This book is going to really educate you. This book is going to open up your eyes to some things. All right? Subscribe to the channel first and get the book so you can follow along. All right? Get the book. All right, moving on. We're going to focus right here. Okay, you can see the top. There's the page number right there. Okay, Roman numeral, IX. Okay, this page right here is right before the table of contents. Okay, we're going to be getting into the table of contents as we go along. But right now we're going to focus on this page right here. This page right here is significant. Okay, why is it significant? Because this is a sample. Let me turn this around. This is a sample of what a bi-monthly paycheck looked like once I was ordered to pay child support. So a bi-monthly paycheck, I was getting paid bi-weekly. So I was getting paid, twice a month. That's usually the way it worked out. Sometimes it would be 3 times, but normally it would be twice a month. Okay, so this is a sample of what a bi-monthly paycheck looked like once I was ordered to pay child support. All right. So I was working at a rate of $9 an hour. My hours for those 2 weeks was 80 hours. So the amount I earned, $720. Okay, $9 an hour rate, 80 hours, the amount of $720. All right, my overtime rate was $13 an hour. 10 hours of overtime, the amount was $130. So overtime rate, $13 an hour. Overtime hours, 10 hours, the amount $130. Okay, so my total hours was 90. My total earnings was $850. Okay. Medical and dental. For the medical family plan I was under, it was $65. It had to be a family plan because I don't know about your state, but here in the state of Missouri, anytime you order to pay child support, you have to make sure that that child is covered medically. All right, so I had medical insurance for myself and medical insurance for her. So that was $65. For the dental plan, which once again was a family plan, it was $23. So the total of medical and dental is $88 taken out of this paycheck. Okay, taxes for federal, $44.20. State, $12. Local, $10.52. Total taxes, therefore, was $154.72. Payroll deductions. Them 2 words right there, which make most men, and there's some women too, but I can relate to the males because I'm a male myself. All right, I'm a man myself. So those 2 words together, child support, $444, left me with a net pay of $251.28. $251.28. All right, now, you ask me, what can most people, I'm not sure what the cost of living is in the state that you reside in, but being left with $251.28, okay, from one paycheck, you tell me what you can do with that. If you have a car note, that's a car note that you have to pay. You have car insurance. If you're paying a car note, then in my state where I live, you have to have full coverage insurance. Okay, so that's another bill right there. If you're paying rent, you got to pay for a place to stay. Even if you got a roommate, you got to pay something, right? Even if you had to move back home with your mama, you got to give your mama something. Unless your mama's in a position where she's not asking for nothing, but most of the time, mama needs help too, so mama's asking for something, all right? Then if you got your own place, or even if you got a roommate, you got to pay for utilities, right? Then you also we haven't even talked about this yet. You haven't even ate yet. Okay, if you work in a job, like I was working at the time, a heavy labor job, you got to feed yourself. You can't just work without doing heavy labor without eating. You got to eat to live. All right. If you don't eat, eventually you're going to die. All right. So being left $251.28, there wasn't much I can do with that. Okay. But praise the Most High. He allowed me to survive. Okay. I'm not complaining. It was hard then when I was going through, but he carried me through. So that right there should encourage you. But let me tell y'all something. Although this was bad for me, I've seen situations and heard situations way worse than mine. Okay, so that's why I have compassion on these men, on these people, period, that have to go through this. This is just terrible. You can't expect a man, to make an honest living, living like that. Okay, we're going to talk about that later in later videos, later chapters. Okay, so this right here, this wasn't good. This was hard. Okay, I'm about to show you how it got even worse. Now, this is a real paycheck that I actually kept. Okay, so it's old, so forgive the wear and tear on it, but it's a real paycheck. I'm not lying to y'all. Okay, as we can see, period beginning 10/10/2004, period ending 10/23/2004. Okay, check date 10/29/2004. All right, so back in October of 2004. Okay, exemptions of federal, single, state single, blase, blase. But let's come over here. Hours and earnings. So the regular was 77 hours, earning $608.31. Now we're not even going to look at the year to date on this. Okay, the shift differential rate, which this job, I report to the job at like 3 o'clock in the morning. But if you worked overnight, say like from 10 to 7:30, you have a shift differential rate. On this particular job, it didn't call for me to work that shift differential until it was a time of what we've always grew up on as far as holidays. But that's another subject. Those of you who are woke, we know what's up with that. All right. Okay, so anyway, moving on. Pre-tax medical was $65.41. Everybody see that? I'm gonna use my pen to kind of point out these things. Okay, so we see the regular rate, 77 hours, earning 608.31. Shift differential rate, 154.50. Pre-tax medical was 65.44. Pre-tax dental was at 0. Okay, and at this time, I think I was paying out of pocket for my daughter's dental. Okay, overtime, that amount, $3.22. Okay, so let's come over here. All right, taxes and deductions. Okay, FICA Med, 1016, FICA, OAS, DI 4443. Federal income tax 5836. Kansas. I was living in Kansas City, Missouri, but working in Kansas City, Kansas. So I was taxed twice. So that was 1745. Okay, now what do we see right there? Child support 1, 201.23. Child support 1 fee, $2. So I'm being charged per paycheck. This was the shorter. Okay, since this is toward the end of the month. At the beginning of the month, they would charge me more. So it would always equal out to $444. So with this check, the smaller one towards the end of the month, it was always $201.23. But you see this fee here, $2. Now, not only am I being paid I'm being charged, court-ordered child support, but I'm also being charged a child support 1 fee, which was $2. So let's move over here to year-to-date. See the year-to-date amount? Okay, my year-to-date amount, if y'all can see that correctly, is $5,748.14. Okay, my year-to-date for the fee was $46.60. Now, to y'all, that might not seem like much, but that $2 fee, would add up quick. And, that $2 fee is just an excuse so they can get more money. So basically, what the company that I work for was saying is that you're making us do extra paperwork. So since we have to do extra paperwork to garnish your wages and child support, we're going to charge you $2. Okay? Ridiculous, but it's the truth. We seeing it right here in front of us. I lie not, y'all. Okay? That says Martin, doesn't it? That's my name. It doesn't say Meek Martin because Meek Martin is not on my birth certificate. Meek Martin is not on my social security card. Meek Martin is not my government name. Okay? But it does say Martin. Y'all see that? Y'all probably see the logo, so that's probably a dead giveaway where I used to work. But, I'm not ashamed of it. I just got my reasons for not, giving too much information. Okay, we got to use wisdom. We got to cover and protect ourselves. I've given the government almost, I've calculated, I've given the government, the state government, nearly $90,000. Actually, it is $90-some thousand dollars. Paying child support for 17 years and 4 months. $90-some thousand dollars. That costs more than the house that I'm in right now, that me and my wife and my children live in right now. I could have been and paid the house off in 17 years and 4 months. But this is what I was ordered to do. The Most High allowed it. So it is what it is. But I just wanted to show that to y'all, okay? Things got much worse. That's a real paycheck. So I went from, let me show you the hourly rate before I forget. Okay, let's look for hourly rate here. Okay, y'all see it right there? Now remember here, right? Here was $9 an hour when I first started paying child support. It's $9 an hour, right? Something happened where I lost that $9 an hour job. I picked up another job, what I could. This is how much I was making per hour. $7.90. Now, I don't know what the cost of living is in your state, wherever you reside at. But $7.90, even back then, in 2004, that was rough. That was rough. I was lucky to eat ramen noodles. Okay? They was, at that time, I think they was about a dime a pack. I was lucky even to eat those. Most time with most men, in my case, they would not, although you're paying child support, they would not give you any government assistance. So if you try to apply for EBT, also known as, food stamps, you can forget it. Okay, you a man, you basically considered an enemy of the state. all you good for to them is for money. They don't want to give you anything, but yet they want to take everything. Okay? So from $9 an hour to $7.90 an hour. And they expected, me to make it off of that. Praise the Most High, I did. Only because of him was I able to make it. So I made it through the struggle. Only because of him. There's no way I could have made it in the natural. But this has got to stop. This has got to change because, there are men, there are people that's ordered to pay child support that, they've just given up. They've thrown in the towel. Either they've taken their life, or either they've taken, their baby mama, their ex-wife's life for putting them on child support, more child support than they could afford to pay. They took, the baby mama or the ex-wife's life because she kept them from their kids. The man just gave up. He's strung out there on drugs. The man is selling drugs to try to make ends meet. And don't get me wrong, I'm not justifying any of the things that I'm saying. I'm not advocating for anybody doing anything illegal, But when you put in a position like this where you just don't have any hope, where you just don't see any other option or any other way out, you'd be surprised what a person will do. That's another reason why you need to get this book, because this book is going to educate you onto what's really going on. Okay. Who's really behind this child support system and what's going on with it. All right. This is an educating tool. So, I'm asking you to subscribe to this channel. Tell the people about this channel so they can subscribe. And so you can get this book in your hands and they can get this book in their hands as well. Because, I'm not going to name any names. I don't need to name any names. But I have supported and I do support a lot of people. But, what's the use of supporting other people when they're not supporting you? And, I need support in this. I've been delivered from child support. But now I need support to expose and help people get through this child support system. Okay, I survive. I'm a child support vet with no regret. All right, YAH has brought me through this. I'm willing, ready, able to help you through this. But you got to help yourself. That's the first step. Helping yourself is what? Subscribing to this channel and getting this book. Getting this book so we can follow along together. If you think you can just follow along without getting the book and just follow along on the channel, that's not going to get it. And I'm not trying to use no slick marketing and sales scheme to get you to buy the book. No, this book needs to be in your hands. So when you open up this book is going to open up your eyes. Okay, there's a lot of vital information in this book. This didn't come from me. This was pulled from me and my experiences, but there's a lot of vital information in this book to where when I look through and study this book, a lot of things, really surprise me because I've really grown and matured spiritually from the time when I wrote this book many years ago. And this book was published 5 years ago. And now it's time. Now it's the time. Now it's the time for this information to go forward. But, I can't do it by myself. No man is an island. I need your support. I need financial support. The more financial support I have, the more people I can obviously reach. Okay, people have said, preachers just want money. You can be given this book for free. I don't have the financial means to give this book for free. I got to pay for every copy of this book myself. Okay, so if I had to pay for every copy, I'm not no millionaire. I'm not even, in the six figure yet. I will be one day because it's been prophesied to me. But right now I'm not. So I can't afford to purchase this book, to send this book out to the millions, if not billions of people that's paying child support. I've heard it's different in different places of the world, but I say the millions that's paying child support here in North America. If I could afford to do it, I would. I surely would. Okay. I'm going to always do my best to be a good steward over money, because I'm not going to hell for nobody, because I'm saying I'm going to do one thing with money, then I'm doing another with it. I got to answer for that. So I'm gonna do everything, as openly and honestly as I can, because we all gonna stand before judgment one day, and I'm not gonna stand in judgment that what I did with money, because that is gonna come up. Okay, I blessed you with money. All right, how'd you make it? What'd you do with it? I gave you the means to make it. Once you made it, what'd you do with it? Okay, so purchase this book, and I need your prayer support too, because don't think that I don't get attacks from putting this information out there. You can't just expose a governmental system without it being, some consequences and some repercussions. I'm not saying that out of fear. I'm not saying that out of regret. All right. I was chosen to do this. This is my purpose. I'm going to fulfill it. One of my purposes, and I'm going to fulfill it. So I'm not scared of, what can happen or what has happened. But, I have gotten a lot of demonic attacks by, releasing this information to you, but that's not going to stop me. But I do need your prayers. I do need your prayers. So continue to pray for me. Continue to pray with me. And let's expose this system together. This system can only do what it's doing because we don't come together and stick together. We don't pray against this system. Our eyes aren't open to what this system is doing to us, and we're allowing them to do it. But if we came together and we were all was educated, on the same page, all in order, on one accord, I guarantee you this system can't do what it's doing. So once again, I've said it before, I say it again. If it's not you paying child support, what if it was your son? What if it was your daughter? What if it was your niece, your nephew, your cousin? We all know somebody who this system has got that's paying child support. You might be receiving child support right now. You need your eyes open to what's really going on with you receiving those child support checks every month. It's much deeper than what you could ever imagine. All right. So in closing, I'm going to be coming at you with more videos on the regular. And like I said, get this book. Get this book into your hands. All right? Get this book into your hands. Get it into your hands. Subscribe to the channel. All right. Be blessed. Until we meet again. Shalom.